All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning, and hopefully you had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Carlos, I am great as always. Thank you for asking. Oh my God, we are in sync. Look at that. Yesterday was Black Shirt Day. Today it's Blue Shirt Day. We don't coordinate this really, but it's awesome. Look at us.
Absolutely awesome. Yes.
Oh my God. Um,
Amazing.
and I'm watching economic indicators because we got a couple that came out just a minute ago. So if we want to leap right in, we could talk about that. I want to know how your night was though first.
My night.
Yeah.
My night was incredible, man. It was
Yeah.
incredible.
Good.
Yeah. Awesome.
Fantastic. That's good to
I'm so
hear.
happy Peter's asking about my night. This is amazing.
Well,
Yeah, I had
that's
a great
just
night.
I'm trying to remember to do that. You always ask me how my day's going, so
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. No, I appreciate it.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah, Marshall's asking you a question. Why was it so incredible? I mean, it sounds like there's a story to tell in that.
Oh no, it's just regular stuff. Kids playing around, having fun, and yeah, just normal routine. Nothing
Just
overly
life is
exciting.
good.
Life is
Okay.
good. There you go.
All right. See, that's the best way to be. We had producer price index information that came out about 2 minutes ago now, and it's sort of tells us what the relative cost of the items produced out there in the U.S. is, and the expectation was that these prices were going to go up about 0.2% month over month. Turns out that on the core, that's on the core, and then 0.3% on just the non-core. The numbers actually were up 0.3 and 0.5. So it looks like we were over the numbers for the producer price index, which means that things are getting more expensive. So a little bit of inflation going on. Usually the markets, I don't know. Usually the markets, it's tough to know what they're going to think of that. I noticed we got a drop, and then it's coming right back. So you can see that wick on the 5-minute candle that Carlos has got there. I'm looking at a 1 minute. You can see the 1 minute drop, and it's been coming up the last two. So not a huge impact. What we're waiting for today, 2 o'clock. The FOMC minutes are coming out, and whenever those come out, I mean, the algorithms read them really quickly, and we get this reaction from the market. I think with all the uncertainty and the strange price movement we've been getting over the last couple of weeks, I think this is going to be an impactful one. I don't expect anything new or unexpected out of these. I mean, we already know what was said within the September. This is just the written minutes. It doesn't matter, right? The computers will read it. You get a reaction, and then normally a retracement of that reaction. So expect that. Know if you're in a trade that could benefit you, and you could take you could get some good out of that, or it could mess you up. So just know 2 o'clock. Pay attention to that time frame because that's when the FOMC minutes get released. So that's about it for today. We got a couple of Fed speakers. One spoke earlier this morning. Bauman spoke I must have been in Europe somewhere because it was like 4 a.m. was the time of that baby. And then there's another one after the close, but we don't worry about those speakers too much. They don't tend to have much of an impact. All right. So that's what we got in the economic calendar. I was looking at our gappers this morning. A little light so far, not a lot moving, but there's always one or two things to talk about. So we'll get to that in just a moment. Maybe Carlos, you tell us what you were looking at yesterday and how they actually moved.
Yeah. Let's take a look at this. So actually, yesterday my list, very light, right? I had Rivian, PLTR, and AMD. And if you look at these, let's go back to the 5-minute. Here it is, Rivian. Again, it was a tough day. Didn't really find anything that I like. Here was Rivian. Some back and forth action. So again, it was okay, not great. Here's PLTR, not a lot going on. Every candle overlapping the previous one. So also another one that didn't look too great. And then here is AMD, which actually was probably one of the best trading stocks yesterday. I'm not sure if you took advantage of this one, Peter, but AMD, man, really nice breakout here late at around 10 o'clock or so.
I did not take it long. I still struggle to take those. I'm always looking for the reversals. So I was looking for AMD to reverse at the top and was trying to play that.
Well, I remember now that you mentioned that we had it. When was our meeting? Me and you met at 1 o'clock, right here.
1 o'clock. Yeah.
and as we're talking away and meeting and going through things, I see Peter doing this and just keeps looking at the screen. I'm like, and I asked him a question. Peter doesn't answer. I'm like, Peter. And so, Peter, are you in a trade? Like, yeah, I'm sure AMD right now. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes perfect sense. That's the only time that you're allowed to not pay attention in one of our BBT meetings is when you are in a trade. So, did that work out for you, my friend? that trade?
I it's funny because I thought I got into the trade. I hit the button. Turns out I didn't actually get the shares. So
Oh
I
man.
I thought, oh, it's good, it's gonna run, and look, it ran all the way to VWAP. It was beautiful. But no, because when I went to look later, I was like, I didn't have any shares. It was all messed up. So that's what you get for not
Uh
fully paying attention, right?
there you go,
Oh,
man. It
oh well.
happens. All
Okay.
right. A lot of opportunities on AMD, long, short, reversals, everything happening here for it. So it'll be one on our list today as well. Hopefully that can continue. Now, looking at our gappers list a little bit closely, we have a couple of things in the green, a few in the red, some tickers that we're not too familiar with. We'll run through this and kind of see where things are laying out as far as this gappers list this morning. Let's start with plug. Plug today up 11.7. What a nice little pop on plug we have here. So not sure what's the news. I haven't looked at this yet, but man, 2.8 million shares traded, looking really good for this morning's action.
They have a new contract with a company called Fortescue Mining, and well, sorry, no, they're not Fortescue Mining. They are Fort. What do they call themselves now? Fortescue Global Green Energy and Metals Company. Trying to sound a little more green there, but anyways, doesn't matter. Plug's got a big contract to deliver some 550 megawatt electrolyzers for their proposed Gibson Island project. I don't know what the Gibson Island project is, but it's a good contract for Plug. It means they get to build out some infrastructure and make some money in the process. So that's why we're seeing Plug jump up with some good volume, big volume so far this morning. 2.8 million shares already traded.
Yeah, I like this one. They're looking very nice today. Lower price than what we like, but I like the daily as well, right? We're hitting this area of prior support, getting a little acting as resistant right now, around $8 here. So I like that one. Great volume and a good catalyst, which is nice. So plug on deck this morning. GFI, GF5 here. What do we have? This is we see this gold, which has been rising in the last couple of days. So this is up 6.1. Not a great intraday trading ticker by any means. Volume is just, guys, extremely light. I think there are other gold tickers you can look at if you want to trade that sector. So I usually avoid this one, and I'm going to do the same today. So let's take a look at ASCA. ASCA. Ooh, this is, oh my goodness. What is this? This is pure out of the garbage can truck here. What?
This is
Ace Pack. Is it Ace Pack? The name is Ace
it,
Pack.
it's literally the name of the company is Acquisition Corp. So
Hmm.
it's really just a shell company out of Singapore. It's a bucket of money to buy other things. I've got no information on it, no idea why it's actually moving today, but yeah, it's exactly.
Okay, there we go. We'll let that flow on by, and we'll focus on something else. Let's take a look at AU this morning. AU, let's see here. Another one, another gold ticker on deck this morning. Again, gold up the last couple of days with all the issues we're having with oil and all that, and just the conflicts overseas. Up 4.3 here, 114. What's the best oil ticker to trade? Is there a good ETF? What's the best one? I'm
Well, I mean, we're looking at oil, we're looking at gas. I mean, it
mhm.
depends. Sorry, gold. They seem to be moving this morning. So if I'm trading gold in general, I like GLD. That's the one, the Gold and
Mm-hmm.
Trust account that I like to look at. Doesn't get market pre, pre-market.
Yeah.
Sorry, volume pre-market. I don't know. The for oil and gas, I like either Drip or Gush. I
Man, I
love
saw
the
some
names.
some
They're
some
just fun
good
to say.
names. Drip
But yeah,
here.
there.
So Drip is a good ETF for this is oil, you said?
Yes,
Makes sense.
oil and
Yeah.
gas. So these are both exploration. If you want to like natural gas, then you can use UNG is one to look at,
UNG.
or
Yeah.
cold KOLD. I mean, there's so many of them out there,
There's
right? That
tons,
there's
man.
there's
Yeah.
lots to trade. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and then if you want, yeah. Anyways, there's a bunch of them. So.
Yeah, there is. I'm gonna keep these on here, guys. If you're interested in that, again, this sector right now moving, obviously, with everything going on, especially gold looks decent here, and UNG is always nice. So gotta be careful with this thing, though. UNG it can move quite a bit, so it can move a lot with little volume, which is tricky to trace. So be careful. All right, so there we have it. AU is part of that. NVO this morning. Let's see what we got going on here. NVO Novo Nordics up 3.4, 500,000 shares traded. Doesn't look great on the daily. What was driving this today, Peter? Anything good? I mean, huge
It's a
gap down.
biotech out of Denmark.
Mm,
Uh, they have a trial that they're doing. I mean, they're doing a drug trial with Eli Lilly on Ozempic. So, hey, you talk Ozempic, right? Everybody seems to be focusing, and there's a couple of these drugs out there, and we've been talking about that in a different context. But anyways, apparently they're using it for something different now. I don't know. This seems to be the miracle drug that cures everything. Now they're looking at it for kidney patients, for those with kidney problems that maybe can help there as well. So, anyways, they're running a trial on that and got a little bit of news, hence why some volume and a little bit of a price bump.
yeah. I'm thinking here, day trading wise. I mean, it just looks. It doesn't look great, but I don't know. We'll have to see.
No, I don't. I
Yeah,
don't. I don't expect. This is again a foreign company out of Denmark. Denmark, yeah, out of Denmark.
yeah,
I don't. I don't think it's going to get much volume. It's probably not going to move well. So that
yeah,
probably won't.
yeah. That's the thing. If it doesn't get the volume, I like the gap up, but without the volume, you're right. It's
Yeah.
just not going to work. So we'll leave it there. If it hits our scanners with some good volume, which we highly doubt it, we can come back to it. Here is run. It was running yesterday pretty nice here from 10:50 all the way to 12. So that is nice. But let's see how I actually did that. Was it a nice run? Was it a horrible run? Actually, good candles here, but very light volume, 395 for every 5 minutes. So that's not a lot. But again, it did move. Anything driving this today? It looks like a really nice pop yesterday, and today trying to continue that. Hopefully,
Yeah, it's
sun
not
run.
one that I was
Oh,
watching. This is Sunrun Solar.
is this the solar panels out in Florida? And I'm starting to see some of these guys out here too. Is this what this is? Yeah, yeah. Okay, nice. I don't know how well it's going to trade though.
No, it's one of those where it'll get a little volume pre-market. I've never seen it move during the market hours. So, yeah, I would be moving on from it.
Are you getting the not the desperate, but a lot of sales managers, salesmen trying to get your to do solar panels on your house, Peter? Is that a
No,
thing up there?
no, they don't sell them much in Canada because you get like 4 months of the year, 5 months of the year where they're not even usable because A, we don't get enough sun, B, they'd be covered in snow, so they don't even try and sell them here.
There you go. Yes,
During the
here
summer, they'd work great, but in winter, not so great.
Nvidia in our chat says there's no sun in Canada, and here's every on a regular basis they're coming out here trying to get me to do this thing. I'm on the fence. I don't know what to think about it yet. So if anybody in the Northeast has it here in the Northeast, meaning my
I
area,
can't.
let me know
I
how's
think it
that
would be
working out for you.
tough to get the economics to work out in the Northeast. I would
That's what
think.
I think. I'm like, how's that gonna work? Well, they said, hey, your neighbor over there, 2 blocks down, is doing well. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I gotta
there's
go talk
always
to that
one
guy.
crazy, right, in
Yeah,
every neighborhood. I mean, if they got a point
yeah,
2 blocks away, then it's not that common. But anyways,
yeah. All right, so there we have it. Sunrun again. I just have no hopes this is going to trade well, so I'll leave it off the list here. That covers our gap up list. Let's see what's gapping down today. We have Silk. Silk on the list. We're dropping here. Silk Road Medical. This is down 51% today. Almost a million shares traded. Peter, this is definitely taking a nice little hit this morning. What happened? What took
yeah,
place here?
they've been downgraded by just about everybody. So four different downgrades this morning. But basically, they're just thinking that they're revising their outlook downward. Silk hasn't officially done that, but unofficially, that's the expectation. They're going to revise their outlook. Um, it's just, yeah, it's sort of not good news. I don't know exactly why. Like, I'm not sure what the problem is with the company, but I mean, they're a medical. What do they? What do they do? Medical equipment, medical devices. Yeah, their CEO's leaving. It looks like people are just bailing off the boat. So I'm not sure what's going on, but yeah, it's not happy days over at Silk. I don't, I never heard of it. I don't think I've ever seen it on our trading list. Um, I think it's going to be hard to get a trade out of it. It's possible, I guess, maybe, but I mean, look at that daily volume, right? Typically trading under a million shares. It doesn't, it doesn't look that good to me.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely not buying our interest. I mean, it's active here, guys. Definitely in play. Maybe an overreaction on something like this. We got tons of shares for sure too. By the way, available with interactive brokers. maybe a secondary. What's the float on it, by the way? Is there anything fun? Float on this? I don't have it handy. Oh, here it is. 38. So 38 million, a little bit on the lower side, but not really a low flow. I don't know. Possible. We'll come back to it. DVA today down 16.2. Another one that doesn't look all that great. The Vita. So down here quite a bit. Very light volume. I don't think this is enough for us to watch this. Must have been earnings last night because the
Now,
drop
this is
actually.
actually related to the earlier story about the Ozempic trial
Oh,
happening. This is a medical care facility company. I'm not quite sure how they're involved. It's They're a dialysis provider. Oh, I see. So the expectation is that if this goes well, but interestingly, the more I'm reading about it, looks like Novo Nordisk, which is the one NVO that we looked at on the up, they halt the kidney trials on Ozempic, but it looks like it's a temporary halt. But it just got the general news that if they restart it and it goes well, you need less dialysis because you could treat it with drugs instead of physical treatment. So I'm not sure, but anyways, they seem to be on the other side of the coin. So DVA is dropping while NVO is going up on the same news.
oh, there we go. I don't like the volume on this one. It just doesn't look good right now. That could change though, right? Depending how the market hits this news. At the moment, not all that exciting. Man, is it medical release day today? Here's another one. Fresenius Medical
There seem to be a lot of players in this whole thing. This is another one that seems to be
involved with
related
this.
to the same story. Yep.
Yeah. Ah, oh,
So I don't know. Like they're
I don't like
another
it.
medical care facility company.
Yeah.
So both DVA and FMS provide medical care facilities. I guess
Right.
the expectation is dialysis facilities are going to take a hit if this thing actually works. Ozempic, the miracle drug, does everything.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Uh,
So these two on that. Um, yeah, very interesting. How about Nog? Is Nog another one? I won't be surprised. This and
what is it?
OG.
I haven't looked up this
Oh no,
nog. Let
now we're
me.
getting to some more serious stuff. So here's oil, Northern
Northern Oil and
Oil
Gas. All right,
and
so we're back
Gas. Yeah,
to
yeah,
our industry. So they're actually they've got a secondary offering. So they are issuing another 6.5 million shares against. Well, that's about 11% of their. No, sorry, about 8% of their float. They've got 85 million shares out there now, issuing another 6.5. So
yeah.
secondary.
Not a great catalyst, so we'll leave that one alone. Might not trade well at all. XOM this morning down 3.1. Oh, that's a nice pre-market action for XOM. That's looks good. Down 3.2, 1.5 million shares traded. We haven't seen that type of volume. There's got to be something going on with XOM, guys. Right, Peter?
Yeah, this
Anything?
is previously we'd heard some news that they were going to buy Pioneer Resources. There was just confirmation overnight that they're going to conclude that deal. So this is a $60 billion deal to take over Pioneer. And like we've seen before, usually if you're the acquirer, your stock goes down because you have all the burden of making the acquisition work. It is definitely it's going to make them a dominant player in the shale oil sector, which is good and bad. Shale oil is very lucrative, but it's environmentally destructive. So it's a little dangerous to get deeper into shale oil because that's the thing that people love to say we shouldn't be doing. It uses a ton of water. Anyways, there's a bunch of problems with it, but we don't need to get into that. But bottom line, Exxon is buying a $60 billion shale oil company, Pioneer Natural Resources. So could be in play today. This is
Yeah.
one where it does get the volume. It just
Mm-hmm.
doesn't typically get a lot of movement. You can even see look at the daily. Look at how it gaps. And then
Yeah.
a lot of times you get a smaller candle even after the gap, right? So not a lot of intraday movement.
Yeah, I like the pre-market today, man. Hopefully that can translate to some good action in the intraday after the bell. But yeah, it looks very active this morning. Definitely going to be on our list today. All right, there you have it, guys. That is our list so far, gapping up and down, and we see another one us trying to squeeze here. VFS, which made some noise a while back in August, September there,
Yeah.
and today they're I still have a lot going on. I don't know. I shouldn't even be here. We shouldn't be talking about it. It's 131,000 shares. We got one candle with 70,000 shares. Someone made a mistake. They're trying to get into this garbage, and yeah, this is not in play. And the other one here that popped up is Billy. Billy. Let's see here. Billy also just barely getting above 100,000. I don't see anything here that's worth talking about. Peter, let's go straight to you, man. What do you like this morning?
We're in the quiet period before earnings start at the end of this week, so we got another day and a half or so to wait before we start to see some earnings. And like I mentioned earlier, we got the FOMC minutes that are coming out at 2 o'clock this afternoon. So I think we're going to get a quiet market morning, which means I'm going to stick to the old standbys. AMD, like you pointed out, Carlos, moved well yesterday. I have every reason to expect it's going to give me a good move today, sitting at 109 now. It's been climbing here the last few days, so we'll see what it can give us today. Tesla, always a good mover, so we'll see what Tesla has in store. And I got to watch Amazon. It's day 2 of Amazon Prime days. Amazon, it's funny because you always think on Amazon Prime days, oh man, it's going to move like crazy.
It doesn't
It
trade
doesn't
well.
typically.
No. Yeah.
No, it doesn't really. So, I mean, I feel like I should watch it just I don't know, just because. But it doesn't typically move on these Amazon Prime days. So I have to admit, I went. My wife said, she bought something yesterday, a book or something she was looking for, and I looked. I don't know. None of the prices. Nothing's on sale anymore. They just pretend it's on sale. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So,
It's yeah.
yeah.
Is it Susan's 11th anniversary? Is that what I'm reading? Am I reading this right?
She did say that 11 years of marital bliss, I think were her
Wow.
exact words. So
Congratulations, Susan, on that. Yeah,
there you
congratulations
go.
to you on 11 years. Good stuff.
Yeah,
All right, there you
yeah,
have it, guys. Let's get
congratulations.
into our chat and see what you guys like this morning. Uh, yes, 11 years. Excellent. That's beautiful.
Rob
Um,
says, Rob247 says, if you pretend it's on sale, it's still a deal. That sounds like shopping logic, right?
yeah,
If it's
yeah.
if it's on sale, you just if it's on sale by 20%, you just saved 20%. It's not that you spent the other 80. If you return something, that's free money. It's a
Uh,
Anyways, I love all that shopping logic people
This is
have.
this
If you
sounds
buy
like
something with
some
cash, it's
shopaholic
essentially free.
comments. Yeah, this is like some shopaholics type of comments here.
Yeah.
Um, all right, let's dive into it. See what we have. AMD's on deck, Andrew. We have that one. That one looks good today. And again, as Peter, as you mentioned, the last couple of days, it's been trading very, very well. Out of the gates, a little tough to trade, but it settles down well, and then it gets going. And we got a very nice couple of days here, the last 3 days in the green and holding that. So we'll see what it does today. Again, it's just been cranking along here. The next one we have here is Plug. Plug was in play yesterday. Today again, no, sorry, not Plug. It was another one, PLTR something. Plug is good today, guys. 9.5, 3.5 million shares traded. Did I put that on my list? Yeah, I did. It's on my list. Yeah, here it is on my list. Definitely in play. TPST. TPST. What is this? Tempest Therapeutics. So this is, I don't like the price here, but definitely, they got something going on. They're up about 450%. What is the news, guys? TPSP is crazy. 450. Even has shorts. Man, that's scary stuff. I am terrified of shorting something like this at this price. 45,000 shares for shorts. Not a lot, but they do have some that might be gone by the time this thing keeps going here. But I don't know what the news is. So again, risky stuff.
TPST. Let's see
Yeah.
what's happening with that. Tempest Therapeutics. Oh, they do have a study. Good endpoints on some multiples. No, first, I don't know what they're testing. It's a drug. They've got a
Another drug.
positive, anyways, test results on a drug that they're testing. It's sometimes you read these things and you're like, so they're 30% confirmed on ORR, which was achieved on the TPST 1120 arm compared to 13.3% for atezolizumab plus bevacizumab. I don't even know what I'm saying, man. I don't know. They had a positive study. Apparently, I need the drug to be able to read this.
Yeah, you need the drug. You need to be on the drug to be able to read that.
Yeah,
That's
apparently.
so
Here,
yeah.
I'll post it for you guys in the room. If you can make sense of that sentence, then you know what's happening. I have no idea what that means. Anyways, that's why it's.
Does someone just sit there and just hit the keyboard on different letters? I mean, this is wild. What is that? I'm gonna copy and paste it for our YouTube friends so you can see what we're talking about here. It's just madness. Is that
Madness, I tell you.
who makes this stuff up? All right, there we go. Let's get to what else we have here in our chat room. So yeah, this one, guys, if you like this one, definitely in play. I again, I don't trade these well, so I'm gonna stay away from them. I'll put them here in our risky pile if I move these up a little bit. So, what's the flow, Peter, on that, by the way? Do you have it handy? I don't.
On the TPST,
Yeah,
it's a lowly 7.6 million shares. So
yeah. So be very, very careful. So that's a low flow today. Good for entertainment purposes. Not every day you see a stock up 500% with 44 million shares. So yeah. MU, someone mentioned this Juggle Ben, and let's take a look at MU today. Pretty flat. I don't see much going on. And if you look at like AMD and Nvidia, you're getting way more action out of those guys. I see what you're looking at, right? We're hitting the daily here. Nice area of prior support, recent resistance, and maybe a possible breakout. But MU needs like really heavy news to actually, give you the opportunity to give you something nice here. So I just don't see it happening today. I'm gonna go with like AMD, which has been trading really nice. Look at it yesterday and the couple of days before, and I have not looked at Nvidia. Is Nvidia following suit? Yeah, Nvidia, same thing. Look at the run yesterday. Nice, almost mountain pass, not quite. It's a little bit higher, but almost. But yeah, it's. I think these are going to be better plays if you're looking at that overall semiconductor sector. Michael BA, I know a couple of days ago we've been watching this one. Look at the drop here from
yeah,
September all the way down to 182 or so. We've been climbing out of that. And has there been any news, Peter? I know we've been talking about it in chat after the pre-market show. I know Jared's been watching this one as well. Any news causing this to pop
yeah.
up?
Well, I mean, they continue to delay delivery of their the Max the planes. On the plus side, though, unfortunately, this Israeli conflict has a benefit to them because they're accelerating the delivery of over 1,000 smart bombs that they produce. They have a direct commercial sale agreement with Israel to sell these things. So, that's partially what's giving it a lift. Unfortunately, in this case, war is good for business. So, yeah,
Yeah,
Boeing makes
yeah.
more than just planes. We have to, remember that.
That's true. Very, very true. Yeah, so we have it here. Good. I think it'll be a good one today to add on the list. So I'm going to put that on there. BA. XOM, I have it here, but if I find something better, I will move it out the way. But XOM, today's pre market action, I really like and hoping that today could be a day where we can actually trade this. Spread is good right now. Hopefully that maintains. The volume is great, 1.6. And again, we usually don't see this type of pre market activity on it. So that looks nice. All right. Anything else over on YouTube? What else do we have? We did take a look at that one. XOM, Trace OK, TMPST. We looked at that. ACAQ. ACAQ. This is Athena Consumer Acquisition. Yeah. So no, 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 no. This is no. This is ooh. Oh, hold on a second.
Yeah,
Wait. This is
it's a
not gonna
shell
make the cut.
company. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
That's
So Dromi, this is gapping up, but man, if you once you look under the hood, there's just nothing here that looks good, explosive for the way we like to trade. If you look at the market open to yesterday, there's just nothing happening. Now, unless you have some insider stuff, which I don't want to know about, don't tell me. Right? I like my job. I like what I do. So um yeah, unless you know something we don't know, there's no indication here that this is going to be somewhat in play today. So I'll leave this alone. Okay, excellent. There we have it. Let's go to our community events and announcements, and we'll see what's happening for today on this beautiful Wednesday day that we have. So let's go over here. Variables
Yeah, well,
traders.
yesterday was our strategy session with Thor. He did it on VPA. It was an awesome session. I know that was recorded and has now been posted into the Education Center for anybody that missed it live. But it was a great session as always. So thank you, Thor, and everybody that attended. Today's Wednesday, which means that it's Hump Day and it's Psychology Day. Today's the day that Craig is going to be with us talking about how to master your mindset and avoid hidden pitfalls. It's an early session. I want you to keep that in mind. So if you're planning to attend, it's 1 hour after the market close. So that's at 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. In our webinar room today. So hopefully we'll be able to join Creda and everybody for that. Ask your questions live, be part of the conversation. Next week, we've got Nathan coming to talk to us about trading kinetics and how to take care of your body as well as your mind, as well as your trading technicals. Very, very important of trading management is not only just the stuff that happens on the screen, but it's the stuff that happens between your ears. And he's going to help us understand how, mind body connection. You can't deny that it's an important part of it. So that'll be at 8 o'clock Wednesday, October the 18th. I will be there. Nathan will be there. Hopefully you will be there too. If you want information on the markets, oh, by the way, it's Wednesday. Wednesday means that we also have our options session happening in the main room at noon with Jared and Megan. So stick around if you're a member into the main chat. And if not, well, you can join right now and you'll be there for noon so you can hear their options conversation, as well as all the exciting stuff that happens all throughout the day in the chat room. If you want information 24/7 on the markets, stocks, fundamentals, insider information, economics, it's all there in tradingterminal.com. Go check it out. Tradingterminal.com. It's the place to go. We use it every morning to look up the information on the gappers, and you can use it yourself to set scanners, customize them for whatever you need to observe the market. If you want to join us at Bearable Traders, we always have our membership desk open and available for you. If you want to just join as an intro offer, it's $39 on the website, but you can get it for only $24 because you're listening right here. Use the code PREMARKET24 to get that deal. Basic and Elite Monthly, as well as the annual, are always available. So hopefully you'll check it out and join us here sometime soon. We'd love to see you. So take care. And again, if you want to join, you have questions, you can email us. Look, we're on Twitter or X or whatever the heck it's called these days. I guess we need to change our logos, don't we? From the little Tweety bird to maybe a big X. I don't know. Anyways, people know what we're talking about. We still have the Tweety bird.
Yeah, we actually do got to change that. You're right.
Yeah, just noticed that. Anyways, all right, we'll get on that at some point. But otherwise, hopefully you'll join for one of our membership options, and then we can see you in the chat room.
All right, excellent.
Was there something else we were supposed to talk about? What else we were supposed to talk about?
No, I think that's it.
There was something.
There was something else?
Yeah. Oh no. I'm gonna.
I didn't get the memo. Remember. Get the memo. I didn't get the memo.
Yeah, it was last week. Somebody said, "Oh, they should remind them about the thing," and I said, "Hopefully, I'll remember next week to do that." I just remembered that, and it was a thing I wanted to tell all our members about, but I don't remember. I'll find it. You start talking about where our levels are, and I'll.
Peter was ready to give you he was ready to give you the success on how to become a successful trader. He lost the note. We'll wait for him to find it. All right, there we go, guys. Let's take a look at what we have here. I think Kawasaki mentioned PLTR. Yeah, PLTR, I have such a hard time trading this thing. I just can't read the price action good. That has given some good opportunity. So yeah, today could be another day where, again, already pre-market, we got 1.1 million shares traded. So some good volume in here. I'll put as a possible. For me, that could be on your main list. It is in play. I just can't read the price action well on that ticker at all. So if you're wondering why we have so many on our watch list this morning, here's my main list for today. Here's our secondary list for today. And then here's some other gold type tickers you could look at if you're interested in oil and gold. These are some that, that trade decent. So if you want to trade that sector overall, you can check these out. And this is our low flow for the day, up 700%. Can't remember the last time I saw something up 700%. Now, yes, I know it's coming from like 90 cents, but still, this is a nice number to see. 54 million shares traded. Be very, very careful. This thing is like a 6 point something million shares flow. So very, very, very risky. And you can see here it's trying to go parabolic. Look how fast the number of shares. So now it's starting to get restricted, right? So only 3,000 shares available. We had more before. Now you got some issues here as well. So you need to have some requirements. So a lot of restrictions being put on this to make sure you don't you don't blow up your account. So be very, very careful. All right, let's dive right in, guys, and let's do some levels. So let's start with plug. So plug this morning, actually pre-market looks very clean. It's a very clean pre-market activity, the way it's forming here. Got some good volume that's so far staying nice and steady here, 3.8 million shares traded. So I really like the action we're getting here. And it has a good catalyst, right? So it has some pretty good things going for it this morning. I have the pre-market sitting at 814. So we'll put a level there. And then right over here, we do have an area. So if you look at this daily, I'm looking at this area right around here. I think that's a good place for a level. So you got a lot of touches around 762. You see also in the pre-market, we kind of flirted with that area as well. So that's listed there for you. But yeah, definitely want to have that down towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last two trading days. There's some other levels in here, not a major one, but 744 seems to have something going on as well. Got a couple of days, slamming into that there. But again, not as big as 762 here. That's a nice level off the daily. A little bit of action here, but not as much or as clean as you're seeing that 762. Above 813, it looks like we want to get back up there and test that pre-market high. If we do so, the big level here is going to be over at 880. So going to slam a level there, 880, and then towards the middle of that, between 813, high of the pre-market, and 80, we got a nice area right over here, 850. Good area as well. Tons of support resistance happening right on there. So two levels that are really good towards the top on plug this morning. We haven't traded this one in a while. Hasn't been really a great trader, but today looks like it's going to be definitely in play. XOM continues to drop here, trying to build a base low of the pre-market at 106.65. So we'll slam a level there. And then if we look towards the top above the pre-market highs, I don't think it really needs to mark anything else up here. You got plenty of stuff. Highs and lows for the last two trading days. Pretty much got you set. If we look towards the bottom of that pre-market high, there's a level here on the daily. Not the best daily on XOM, but we do have a nice area here around 108.27, right? So even in the pre-market, you can see some action happening right around along those lines. So 108.27, you want to have that on deck as well. I don't want to have too many levels, but cannot deny this one here also looks like a good level as well. Got a lot of days opening and closing and slamming into that 107.45. And speaking about slamming into it, please slam that thumbs up over on YouTube. Really appreciate it. We're sitting at 77. We'd love to be at 150, 140. That is our sweet spot. So definitely help us get there. As far as XOM, again, that other level here, 107.45, also in the pre-market, you can see how nice that is. And again, it looks like we have a lot of levels, but look at the range, right? This is 108.27. This is 108.07. So you almost got $1 there, right? So 80 cents in just that range there. So I think it's worth marking down. Towards the bottom, we do have a level here, 105 from a couple of days ago. And I think that's pretty much it for when it comes to XOM. I like the pre-market on this one. I really hope it sticks to that going into the market open. Here is AMD towards the bottom, plenty of stuff. So it's going to mark down the low of the pre-market at 108.40. Once you do that towards the bottom, I mean, you have everything here, right? All the way from 104 to like 108.40. There's plenty of levels from the last two trading days, highs and lows, right? So you're set there. High of the pre-market right now, over at 109.63. And then above that, we do have the high from yesterday, which is here. And then above that, we are going to mark down this area here, 111.51. Around that area, a couple of days slamming into that as well. Going back quite some time. You can see all the way back into almost July, June, you have this this level being played here for quite a bit. So definitely want to have that one on your list as well. All right, and next, Tesla. Tesla right now, 1.6 million shares traded. Looking to break out. This daily looks nice, right? We've been struggling here. Broke out yesterday, pulled back a bit, which is kind of hovering around this previous day close area, which has been an area of support, resistance in the past for Tesla. High of the pre-market today, 266.70. So level there. And then above that, we have the big one, which is going to be obviously up here. But in between here, this I think is the best one, 274.04. You've got very clear levels here on the daily. So I think, and I really like this daily here. This one here, you got that type of rejection like that. This thing basically opened up here, decided to go all the way up here, got slammed down, and went even lower than the open. So that is a nice rejection off for that. It's going to give it a lot of strength. So 274.04 is the good one. If we can get ourselves up there. Outside from that, let's look at BA. BA the last couple days doing this V-type reversal, right? It had a very weak September. I mean, every day September. Looks like every day September was red. So you have one. Okay, you have two. Here and here. But still, the steps were all towards the downside. And just recently, we've been trying to, kind of change the direction. So up this morning, 1% on BA. We'll see where this goes. The pre-market is not going to give you a whole lot on BA, and Peter was talking about that earlier. So don't put too much weight on it. Just kind of wait to see what the market open is going to give you on this. The high of the pre-market 195.71. Above that, I do like 199.05. And then right on here, another level at 203. Towards the bottom, plenty. Highs and lows for the last 2 trading days got you covered. And that's our list, guys. Plug XOM, AMD, Tesla, and BA. We'll see what our moderators are looking at this morning. I see a couple have posted their lists already. We'll dive into that in just a sec. Peter, did you remember what you had to remind us of?
Yeah, I was hoping you wouldn't ask me, so I did.
He
I
did.
remembered that Artie had told us that they're doing a redesign of TradingTerminal.com, and then he asked us not to tell people about it because its release is not till next week, October the 15th.
I saw it. Did he tell us not to tell people? I was talking about it yesterday or the day before. I had
Oh, okay,
mentioned it.
well,
Yeah, so
we're just not supposed to give out the link for the beta test site because he doesn't want too many people. But yeah, there's a redesign coming.
okay.
Anyways,
Yeah.
just adding more functionality as always. Yeah, keep it between me and my 1,000 closest friends here. So that's
Does
okay.
Andrew know? Does Andrew know we're doing this? Because if he knows we're doing this, the link will be out by the time he
Yeah,
comes on the mic.
you
9:15. It's
figured we
probably
would
the
have
first
heard
thing
him
he's gonna
say
do
it.
is send the link out.
I think it's only because he's traveling that hasn't already happened. So,
If
but
you ever
yeah,
want,
that'll be next week. We'll talk more about that next week as that gets released. But yeah, it's just good updating the tool and getting more information in
yeah,
there. Next week we got a lot happening, right? Not only do we have that redesign, but on the 17th we also have our bookmap session. So I know a lot of people are looking forward to that. Just to mention again, that'll be happening during market hours, right? Noon on the 17th. So mark that in your calendars and be in the, I think it's going to be live in the chat room if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not
oh,
positive about
nice.
that. If not, it'll be in the webinar room, but it'll be a good live demonstration of bookmap and all it can offer. I mean, we see it daily as Thor uses it when he's joining us on the mic, but it's good to understand from the pros sort of what you can get out of it and how it works. So cool, should be a good session. So we got lots
That is
coming
going to
up.
be good. Yeah, it's going to be a great session. And you mentioned next week, right? You always can you can come tradingterminal.com and get access to a bunch of stuff. But what I'm excited about is this calendar here for next week. You can see a lot of big
A lot of
names
the earnings.
happening here. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Looking forward to that. See if we can get some kind of continuation and movement in these markets. So some big names happening next week. But they do start tomorrow. Tomorrow, we got Domino's, we got Delta, you got some banks. We'll see what happens. Should be fun.
I'm also buying a car today. Does that excite
Are you buying
you?
a car? Is it a Tesla or a
Sort of.
Rivian? Is it a Rivian?
I'm paying for my son's car, so.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But, no, it's actually in Scotland. No, it's odd. It's an MG. Remember the old MG brand? It's
Oh,
a
are you?
tiny
Oh,
little MG.
yes.
But actually, apparently, the brand was bought by a Chinese company, and they have the models have nothing to do with the old MGs. So they're yeah. Anyways, I'm just paying for it. I'm letting him make the choice. We'll see what happens. But he likes it
You're
because
just
he's always
handling the
wanted a Mazda.
finances. Yeah.
He's always wanted a Mazda, and it looks like a Mazda. So I think it's like the Scottish version of a Mazda.
Nice.
Anyway.
Good. Excellent, man.
All right.
That should be fun. Send us
Whatever.
pictures
As long
when
as
he
it
has
gets
it
him
all
up and
set
down the
up.
road safely, that's all I care about.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at what our moderators are looking at here this morning, and we will wrap it up. So I think we have a decent list, and hopefully, has the market done anything with this data has come out yet? By the way, has a spy? No, hasn't really done much. It's pretty much where it was when the data came out. So, yeah. All right, we'll see. All right, here it is, guys. Our moderators list this morning. Natharion on YouTube is saying, "Can you adopt him, Peter?" Guess he wants a car too. We'll start
I've
with.
already had to buy 3 cars for each one of my kids, so
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Let's start with.
you know what? It's good to help. You know what? I
Yeah,
honestly
yeah.
believe it is a lot tougher these days for young people to get started because just the
Mhm.
cost of rent or trying to buy a
Oh man,
house and
it's
the
crazy.
relative cost of a car. Like look, man, I got my first car in the 1980s,
Right.
and I mean, I think I paid $3,000 for my little Toyota Tercel that I bought, and it lasted me like 8 years. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I just nowadays I look at the relative cost of a car compared to their salary. It just doesn't equate. I mean, I was only getting paid whatever I was getting paid, like $20,000 back then. But 3,000 compared to 20, compared to my daughter that's making a great salary and she's making 50, and a car costs 20. Like it's just right. The relative
It just
economics
doesn't make sense.
it just doesn't match up. So
No.
And gas was 79 cents a liter, and yeah, it was like
Yeah, yeah.
it was crazy. So, anyways, I figure, you know what? I mean, I'm not gonna leave them a bunch of money when I die. Damn it, I'm gonna help them along the way. Why not? If I can,
Yeah, use it.
leg
What are
up.
you gonna take? What are you gonna do with it after?
That's what
Use,
family's for, right?
yeah, use it
A
now.
leader.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Use it, man.
Yeah.
It's like one of my friends. He's retired now, and we talk about health and all this. He's a lot older, and he tells me, why do I need to not eat pork and not do this, not that? I'm not trying to hand in this body to the funeral all pristine. No, I want to hand it in used and abused. And I'm like, that's
That's
a
right.
great way to put it. Who are you saving it for? you know. So there you go. If you believe in any religious things and that goes against you, I'm not just a
Yeah.
joke. Don't take it serious. But yeah, man, I agree. All right, excellent, guys. Here's our moderators list this morning. Susan looking at SPY, NVIDIA, secondary, Tesla, Apple, all good stuff there. IPOs for today, ATPC for today. And Peter, your list, AMD, Tesla, Apple, secondary list, XOM, Amazon, AMZ, CN, Plug, and then Jared will be looking at AI, NVIDIA, ENPH, and secondary list, MSOS. Why that made me think of like MS-DOS system, that ticker there. Megan looking at the Q, SPY, and AMD, and Eamon doesn't not like anything today, so probably reversal for today. There you have it, guys. That is our list. Andrew and Brian trading next this morning. Let's see if Brian throws out his list before we let you guys go. But we are pretty much set. Yeah, see, Brian is in the room, so we'll give Brian a second, see what his list looks like this morning.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't
Yeah.
know what Andrew's travel plans. He was on a flight yesterday, heading back to where he's heading, Europe somewhere, right? Italy or I don't know. I can't keep track of the man. He's
I have
living
no
the
idea.
dream.
Yeah.
But I'll find out.
Yeah. Over on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up. We really appreciate it. We're sitting at 111, so we're kind of missing a few more to get to our 140, but we'd love to see if we could try to do that. Here's Brian's list. Let's take a look at that. In the meantime, Brian looking at NVIDIA, Tesla, and Plug. So very tight list for today. We'll see how things work out. Guys, have an amazing trading day. We'll see you again tomorrow at 8:30. Take care, guys.
Don't forget, FOMC minutes released at 2 o'clock. Trade smart, everybody.